Joy, 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 joy down in my heart to stay.
Welcome back to Limpets Do Church. Welcome to the last episode for 2020. Now this is the last episode that we talk about the Advent, so the weeks before Christmas. Now, however, by the time you see this, Christmas will have happened, but we decided it was still important to share today's message. So we are going to look at the last Advent. So we're going to look at our last candle. So I have a candle here, okay, and this week we're going to light this candle and we're going to look at peace, okay. So let's light this week's candle carefully, and as this candle burns, we get to think about the peace of God and the peace that the story of Christmas brings for us, for those people who are part of the Christmas story, and for those people who have not had quite such a peaceful year this year. So I'm going to hand on over now to Dot, and Dot is going to tell us all about this week's candle.
Okay. Oh, where's it gone? I lost it.
Oh. What you lost, Teddy?
Oh, something very, very special. I don't really know what I've lost, but I don't know where to look for it.
Oh, yeah. Perhaps, Teddy, you need to look up.
Oh, that's useful. All I could see is stars. Lots of stars.
Welcome to the fourth Advent, and our craft today is going to be making these lovely little stars here. They're very, very simple. All you need, well, I've used double-sided Christmassy paper, but you could use any kind of paper. You could use wrapping paper if you wanted, but make sure that it's slightly thicker. Okay, so what you're going to need today is some scissors, which your parents will have to help you with, a star template. I very easily got mine off the internet, and I printed it onto a piece of paper and then made sure that it was the right size for the piece of paper that I'm going to use. Here is my double-sided paper, and I've cut it into a square. You should be able to get 6 squares out of an A4 sheet of paper. Now that I have all my stars cut out, all I need to do, and like I say, I've done it with these ones, is fold them in half. So from this tip down to that little bit in the middle. So you literally just fold them in half, okay? So I've done 3, because I've got double-sided. I've done 3 that have the lighter one on the outside, and I'm going to do this one so that the darker side is on the outside. All I'm going to do is stick them together, okay? So that we end up with this, the red and then the blue. I'm going to take one of the ones with the outside blue, and I have like one of these little roller tape things, but you can use glue, you could use double-sided tape, anything like that, and it'll be perfect, okay? So that's my first one, so it goes like this. Okay, and then I'm just going to do the same thing with the rest of them, and I'll show you how to do the last bit. Now, I've only got my last one to do, and all I'm going to be doing is sticking it onto here. So what I like to do is just get it so that it's like flat, and then I can put my tape or my glue all the way around here just to make sure that it's all stuck down. Okay, and then all we do is we stick that on. Make sure that you're doing it where you've already put the crease, and you stick it all down, and then you can open it out, and you have a lovely star decoration. Now, you can pierce a little hole at the top with your scissors or with a knife if your parents want to help you with that. Or you could hang it from upside down if you want. I don't know, it's up to you. And you can make a little decoration out of it. Otherwise, they're lovely just sitting on your mantelpiece or on your windowsill. So, well done guys, hope you enjoy making that, and happy Christmas!
In a far-off country, there was a band of scholars, and after seeing a special star, they set out to look for a new king. They travelled for a very, very long time.
Hey guys, did you see that new star last night when we were out looking at the stars? Don't you think it's all about this new king that we're expecting to come to the world sometime? Don't you think we should set off and go west of here and try and find this new king and where he is born? I can't see a star at the moment because it's so light, but maybe we should set off tonight.
So this is exactly what they did.
Do you think we're there yet? Hey guys, it's so sunny. It's so difficult to see the star. And I don't know about you, but we're really camel sore underneath. Perhaps we should head up to Jerusalem, because that's where a king would be born, in a palace, don't you think?
They and their camels were really tired.
I think, guys, this could be a good resting place for a few minutes with the camels.
And as they got nearer and nearer to Jerusalem, the path became harder and harder.
Path is getting very tricky, and it's getting steeper and steeper and steeper. There's all those boulders to climb over as well to get there.
Herod was the king in residence there, so they got really, really excited as they got closer. But they did wonder if they would meet the new king. But they were not put off searching for the king that they needed to meet.
Hey, look, there's a shiny building ahead. Do you think that's the palace?
Eventually, they met King Herod and they requested, "Where can we find and pay homage to the newborn king? We saw a star and have been coming specifically to worship him." Herod went really scared. Having then chatted to his advisors about where this king or this Messiah was due to be born, Herod sent the wise men in the direction of Bethlehem. He lied to them and told them that he knew where they could find him. The wise men were so glad to see the star again, as the days were getting shorter and shorter.
Oh, I wonder how many more days is it to reach Bethlehem?
Not long now. After they had heard the king, they went on their way, and the star that they had seen when it rose went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. They opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
Oh, I'm at real peace now that we found the star and where it stopped. Oh, isn't it lovely to have met the Prince of Peace?
And having been warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, they returned to their own country by another route.
Just like the wise man, I found what I was searching for. It's peace. I'm so happy because I've seen and heard and found hope. I was loved and so trusted. Now I'm full of joy and peace.
Good, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, right. Rio says that's great, and it is great, isn't it? And he says, hope many other limpets have peace, or will find it this year as they celebrate the birthday of Jesus over the coming days. Yeah, it's good story, isn't it? Mm.
Bye. See you soon.
Bye. Bye.
And that's it, guys. That is all of our Advent lessons. We learnt about hope, we learnt about love, we learnt about joy, and we learnt today about peace. And Christmas is all of those. But I'd like to say that this week has maybe been a little bit harder to see those. I know some of you might have been affected by the flooding. I know a lot of you will have been affected by having to be in and isolating and not seeing all your family. But we can still see that these things happened over this past week. I know that with my family, we got to see a lot of love from friends, from family, from neighbours, all those people who stepped in to help people who were flooded. We have the hope that next year will be a better year. We have the hope that those people who have been affected this year will know God's love and that they'll be able to enjoy what is left of this year, but that next year will bring more blessings for them. We've definitely had the joy at Christmas. No matter what happens, we can see joy at Christmas when people open their presents, when the weather is absolutely gorgeous, when the day before it really wasn't, and the day after it really wasn't either. When we learn about the joy of Jesus being born in Bethlehem. And peace. I mean, the weather today is lovely, and after all the faff and the time spent and all the running around and the getting ready for Christmas, we get to have the peace that Jesus was born for us, that we get to sit and relax for our holidays, and that actually all that stuff, all that flooding and all that misery happened, and we've been able to get past that. Now this for some is going to take a little bit longer than others. Those who are affected more will take longer to recover. Those who are affected less, or those who weren't affected at all but were just helping other people, obviously they're going to find that peace a lot quicker. But it doesn't matter how fast we find these things. The important thing is we've learned all of this from Christmas, and it's almost the end of 2020. And we have love, hope, peace and joy in 2021. So Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas, and thank you for being with us this year. And we hope and we pray that you will join us next year for more lessons, more fun, more games, more Darren Dares. And we'll see you 2021. Bye, guys.